Perfect. Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2024. Oh, yes, I am glad that all of you made it over here. I hope everything is okay, and I hope that you left everything non-productive in 2023. That's where it belongs. It does not belong with you in 2024. So by that same logic, you're probably saying, well, GBS, if we're supposed to be leaving stuff in 2023, why are you talking about these three individuals in the thumbnail? Well, the answer to that is there were much more important things to cover before I got around to addressing them. So I'm going to go ahead and get them out the way now at the beginning of 2024, because the angle that I'm going to come at it from is always going to be the angle of teaching lessons about their particular situations. We got some very important lessons to teach here. In fact, the business, if you have black sons, you might want to get them listening to this broadcast tonight, because a lot of people are not going to address what I'm going to say the way I'm going to say it. And that's fine. Everybody runs their platform how they see fit. But these lessons need to be addressed going forward in 2024, okay? Everybody's going to be able to learn something from it, but particularly young black men, okay? Because there's some very foolish things we're going to have to address, and there are lessons to be learned from it, okay? And when it comes to everybody's favorite, and I know a lot of you are new to the term power bottom, because Lord knows I had no idea what that was until Mr. TD Jakes, Mr. Take That Jakes, Mr. Take Something Else Jakes. A lot of people are saying, oh, we're going to have to talk about him. Yeah, we're going to have to get some things out in the open, because like I said, these are the three crash test dummy amigos. Yeah, we're going to have to address that. But now that you know what the gist of the broadcast is, let me go ahead and mind my manners and greet my esteemed ladies and gentlemen over in the chat. Let me scroll up and see who I see here. I see the good brother James in the building. Welcome. The sister Stun Zed in the building. V Mosby and the fabulous legs have made it to 2024. Glad to see you here. Y'all know I'm going to mess with everybody, man. I'm in good tidings, good spirits tonight. I hope you all are as well. Salute to Patricia Jenkins in here, the world-class librarian in here. That's right. We're going to brag on you, humble sister. Got to brag on you. Brother D. Foster in here. I see Brother Fitzroy Muhammad. Welcome. Patricia Slade in the building. The sister Key Prince in here. My good brother Project Leroy is in the house. A Goddess Navi and the fabulous Fro. I see you, sister. Welcome. Welcome to 2024. See Phillips in here. My brother Creative World Films is in the house. Let's see. CRU Reality, the genius beat maker and computer maker from scratch. If you need a customized computer built from scratch. That is the brother to contact. If you need custom beats, that's also the brother to contact. He does excellent work, very professional. The good brother Dad Miller TV in the house. 225 girl is in here. My brother still Kevin Trees. Oh, my brother Kevin Trees, I know you're gonna be climbing tonight over here, but hey, it's gotta be done, man. Hey, y'all know I got the most vicious chat room on all of YouTube, I think, when y'all get to cracking the jokes. Maybe it's my bad influence with y'all, but of course it couldn't be that because I'm a saint. I've got a halo over my head at all times. I know all of you know this. Salute to Emma Crawford in the house over here joining us, and salute and welcome to everybody else that will be joining us in attendance tonight as well. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get started reviewing these lessons here because, see, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I understand that everybody did not have, a sound upbringing to help guide you the right way with certain things, okay? And you can't help that. Nobody can help what their parents did not give them. So I'm going to share a bit of wisdom that I got from my parents and everybody that had a hand in raising me here tonight on various subjects. But we're going to go ahead and get started here addressing the main thing, because I know y'all be like, man, where do you keep finding these different types of memes and things that you have? Well, I'm pretty creative, man. I mean, there's a meme for everything. And if there isn't one, you need to create it. Because we're going to be analyzing crash testing for dummies. Now, if you'll direct your attention to the screen here, you see we have a very studious crash test dummy. I mean, that boy is hard at work. He's got his crash test dummy manual so that he can crash test dummy with the best of them, okay? Because, see, some of these things that these people do, I always know what I tell you all over here, right? There's a difference between a mistake and a bad decision. A mistake is unforeseen occurrence, something that could not be helped, could not be foreseen, okay? Anybody can make a mistake. A bad decision is a series of thoughts that requires a choice. So this means that you exercise mental cognition about what you're going to do. You planned it. It's premeditated. This is why you have to stay on people about their brothers and sisters alike. People talking about, I made a mistake. No, you didn't. You didn't make no mistake. You made a bad decision. Big difference. I'm a firm believer in that. And I hope you all will adopt that type of thought process as well when you're dealing with people, because let me tell you something. As hard as you work as foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, or if you're a Black immigrant over here joining us tonight, as hard as you have to work as Black people in America to get somewhere, you can ruin all of that by making bad decisions. You understand? Bad decisions, you can throw everything away. We saw examples of that in 2023, and I don't celebrate it, but the brother Jonathan Majors, he made bad decisions. It's finna cost him, and I don't wish it on him, but I can foresee after the sentencing, probably before that, they're gonna start with the silver suits. Every Becky he's ever been close to finna come out with it now, because hey, Cassie got the ball rolling. That's not gonna stop no time soon. I mean, that's unfortunate. The brother Michael B. Jordan, he better watch out. And look, some of these sisters over here dating these zaddies. I mean, hey, you too. You better be careful, man. I mean, how many times do we have to see the lessons taught to us in those situations? But I digress. We're going to be getting into some other subject matter here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, we're going to have to get started because I got to show you something. We're going to first start out with Mr. TD Jakes. Take that, Jakes, whatever you want to call it. I mean, hey, y'all already done heard. Kicking it with Pedidly. Dirty Diddy, Dibble Dabble, whatever you want to call him, whatever name he's changed his name to. I'm pretty sure he's changed his name to Regret because, listen, man, I know all them women that's coming out. I know some of them got to be lying, but not all of them lying. I didn't know. Not all of them are lying. And see, he too has made bad decisions over the course of his lifetime. But we're going to be dealing with Mr. TD Jakes here because, see, as you see on the screen here, Bishop TD Jakes speaks out after false claims began circulating online about him. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit. No, it's not sacred with you standing up there, Mr. Power Bottoms. We're going to get into that. To address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. Now, before I play his words, y'all know where I'm finna go, right? I'm going to go ahead and give my disclaimer. We turn sacred cows into hamburgers over here. This is not a channel to shock jock people. This is a channel to speak the truths that many are afraid to say or many just outright refuse to say. And I must also throw in, this is not a celebrity worship channel. So if you worship celebrities, you may want to leave and go elsewhere. This is not going to be conducive to your ears. You are going to hate the rest of this broadcast because this foolishness right here, let me tell you something. This is why a lot of people have lost faith in the black church today, okay? See, if they're following the example and they're supposed to be Christians, you would follow in the footsteps of what the Bible says that Jesus Christ did, okay? The Son of God, all right? The Son of God, if you know your scripture, and I'm not going to get too preachy on you, but we just got to lay this out. The Son of God, during his time on earth, it was written that he did not even have a place to lay his head, okay? He also rejected offers from people on earth to crown him as a king and worship him. He said many times that my kingdom is not of this world and the Father is greater than I, always giving praise to God Almighty, his Father, okay, by whatever name you wish to call him. So now, when you fast forward to today, and let's be clear, at once upon a time, the black church operated as a safe haven and an anchor and a benefit to black society. If black society needed help, you could always turn to the black church if nowhere else. We have come a long way from that, and you start to see this shift in like the mid to late 70s. And boy, when we got into the 80s on up, boy, you got your so-called pastors and preachers, your Creflo dollars. Yeah, I'm going to piss some people off. Even though he's departed now, Bishop Eddie Long, everybody saw what he had going on, okay? And so on and so forth. So many I could name. I'll be here all night naming them, man. And brings us to TD Jakes. You got these people that's supposed to be shepherds of the Most High's flock, yet they're riding around in Lear jets. Oh, they got jewelry, fancy suits, all these things that the Son of Man himself rejected. He lived a humble, austere life, traveling from place to place, doing the work of his Father that he was sent here to do. Okay, so now I'm just laying this out that if you're going to claim to be a Christian and following that example as a pastor or a shepherd of the flock, then you're supposed to try to emulate the path of your master, because it is written that a slave is no greater than his master, but not to hear them tell it. Oh, no, they are much higher than their master. They've gotten to a point today in a lot of these black churches where instead of giving praise to the Most High, some of them give whole sermons, don't even open the Bible or tell people to refer to the Bible at all. Okay, we've all seen it. And they will have the congregation worshiping them instead of the Most High. Now, if that's not out of order, see, look, I'm going to get off of it because y'all like, oh, Lord, he taking us to church. It's all good. We going to get past it, but I got to lay this out for a reason. If you go back in your scriptures also and you remember the account where Moses had the people out there in the wilderness and they were complaining about being thirsty. Oh, they didn't have anything to drink. Oh, they're going to die thirsty. Just got to have water now. So instead of Moses giving glory to God, he went and took his staff and struck a stone and water began to spring forth so the people could drink. Now, if you know your scripture very well, you know what the mistake that Moses made was. The mistake that he made was, instead of giving glory to God, because he as a mortal man had no authority or no power to do anything, he declared that he was the one that made the water burst forth so the people have something to drink, and God chastised him for that because, he overstepped his position as a mortal man. What authority do you have to do anything without the backing and the approval of the Most High? So he became too hardy. All of them today, or the greater majority of them, they are just like Moses. And I'm going to tell you something. God don't like ugly in any shape, form, or fashion. These people claim to be Christian. They playing with God, man. I'm going to go ahead and say the quiet part out loud. TD Jakes, if you claim to be the shepherd that you're supposed to be, what the hell were you doing at one of Puffy's parties, especially without your wife? Now, if he had attended with his wife, you could kind of say, oh, okay, well, his wife was there. That would still look kind of, kind of bad, especially with the information about the freak offs and come out. But if your wife was there, you would almost have a leg to stand on. And from what I understand, his wife was not there. And in case you haven't heard, Cass is cooperating with the FBI. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know anything about the FBI, they have a pretty much 98% conviction rate. You are a bold soul if you attempt to take them to trial because they already have all the evidence they need by the time they come to get you. So she's got thumb drives, she says, okay, allegedly. She's got all types of information. She's handing it over. And I'm going to tell you right now, mark my words, before the year is out, TD Jakes ain't going to be the only one. It's going to be a lot of other people coming down. Because, I mean, look, if P. Diddley or Diddy Bop, whatever you want to call him, gets to seeing that he's going down, he's going to take other people with him. I promise you that. Oh, yeah. He's like, I ain't going to be the only one going. Then think about the end of the movie, New Jack City. Well, what Nino Brown said, if I'm going down, everybody going down. He'll be the only one. I'm paraphrasing, but y'all get the gist. Y'all heard the end of the scene of that movie. So, Mr. TD Jakes decided to address his church here and see, this is why a lot of black men, especially heterosexual black men, are not in these churches. I'm going to say this. Everybody's innocent till proven guilty, but some of these brothers and sisters in these churches, man, no matter what comes out, they will sit they behind right up there in front of this church, knowing that your so-called pastor is not who he's supposed to be. See, look, if you know right from wrong and you still continue to participate in that, okay, God's going to hold you accountable then, because at that point, you know better. You know better. So I'll tell you what I would do if I was a parishioner at his church or any one of these churches where something like that was going on and I saw it. It's one thing to be ignorant of it, but if you see it, I would say, okay, you are due your day in court, innocent to proven guilty. But until that, my spirit would not feel right sitting up here taking spiritual instruction from a man that's accused of these types of things. I will just fall back until this is resolved, and then we'll see what everything is. You see what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Everybody's different. But I'm gonna let Mr. TD Jakes speak to y'all, and we're gonna break some things down. I'm gonna go ahead and let him talk to you.
Some of you logged in or come in out of concern. Some of you come in to hear what I'm going to say. All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. I will stand straight up, head up, back straight, and preach the unadulterated, infallible word of God. Because that is what the pulpit is for.
Okay, so now you heard Mr. Jakes. He says that he will not address a lie when he can use the pulpit to preach a sacred truth. Mr. Jakes, I posit to you this. What was holy or becoming of the word of God or any type of spirituality at one of Mr. Diddy Bop's freak-offs or parties, whatever you attended, sir? What was there to be found there? Did you go there with a Bible to minister to him? Because word has it, two words have it, that you were a power bottom. Okay, so it's an allegation. Allegedly, that's what they're saying. You're a power bottom, Mr. Jakes. And, you've been seen in pictures with Mr. Diddy Bop. Look a little suspect to me. Y'all seen the pictures. You can make your own conclusions, come to your own judgments about that. But I'm going to tell you something about you, brother. We've all got, as men, as straight heterosexual men, we've all got men in our families that we love, friends or what have you. You get a doubt. Handshake is usually the standard for most men. But if you're going to embrace a man, hey, the up high church hood, brief embrace, okay? all this hanging around with your arm around folks, man, and just, some of that suspect stuff I done seen, man, I'm like, listen, man, think back to Bishop Eddie Long, okay? Remember, he gave a similar statement when the allegations came out about him. Oh, is this a lie? They're not telling the truth. And then them pictures came out. And everybody knows what they're saying. He's allegedly, it took him out. Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Bruce Lee, whichever one you want, a combination of all of them. Drunken Monkey, Kung Fu, whatever you want to call it, took his ass up out of here. And look, rightly so, because listen, when you practice degeneracy and you play with God like that, you are allowed to be given over to a reprobate mind. Okay? And that's in the scriptures. That's not me. So now getting back to Mr. Jakes here, you hear him doing his grandstanding and boasting. I'm like, listen, man, first and foremost, for me, I wouldn't just say I'm not going to address a lie. I would give you a full-throated denial if I know I'm innocent. I'm like, listen, I did not do this. But see, you know what the sad thing is, family? And again, this is why a lot of black men are not in these churches, because you know that you're sitting before a bold-faced liar and a hypocrite, and then you going to pay the person to tell you lies? We do enough of that paying taxes to this wicked-ass government. You understand? I'll be damned if I'm going to let you finesse more money out of me, and I know you ain't right. There's been other allegations about TD Jakes, too. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with all of them. I mean, just look. If you live in a righteous life, stuff like that rarely ever finds you. I mean, anybody can make up a lie. Sure, yes, they can. But when you start seeing certain things where you can start putting stuff together, you be like, yeah, that's looking a little funny, man. That's looking a little bit off the beaten path for you, Mr. Pastor. Pork chop pastor, we'll call you that. But he's carrying on in front of these people. And here's what's sad. They'll sit there and believe anything somebody like this says, okay? See, look, the difference is, let's do a little compare and contrast before we get back to letting them talk here. When you compare and contrast a lot of these pork chop pastor preachers here to their white counterparts, like your Joel Osteens, he's another one that's full of crap. The white folks, they know he's full of crap, but see, he's useful because, like, hey, listen, the one thing about that white church, it operates in the interest of white people in white society. So they know he's full of it, but they will continue to go to the church and give him money because he's useful as a pawn on a chessboard. You understand? Yeah. You understand that? So see, watch this. I'm going to show you something, another difference, because see, they'll mimic the white preachers up until this point that I'm about to make. You notice, like, during the 2020 uprisings where, black folks had enough after they murdered our brother George Floyd, and everybody took to the streets to put foot to ass, okay? You notice that they don't ever go to white society when there's a mass shooter and try to get their religious leaders to come out and tell white society to be calm. We need to practice forgiveness. You notice you never see that? Oh, but when something happens over here in black society, they go get your TD Jakes and all the rest of them to come out here and try to urge black people to be calm at a time where calm may just not be an option. I'm just pointing out the differences to show you, they'll copy everything about the white pastors and preachers except for that, right? So now Mr. Jakes has more to tell you. We're going to let him continue speaking because I'm not done with him by sight. And I want to be clear, I'm not just coming at TD Jakes. I'm talking about the black churches in general. I know all of them are not like that, but it's too damn many. They are parasites in the community. All they do is drain resources out, and they don't put back in to help people in their time of need. But we're gonna let Mr. TD get back to it here.
But there will be a time. So you can stop dragging people and arguing with people and fighting and just log off. All you do is just hit the button.
The problem about hitting the button, Mr. Jakes, is sure, they can turn off social media. And I agree with him there. It is good to unplug from social media sometimes. That's a very healthy thing to do. Very healthy thing to do, especially if what you're consuming is not constructive or beneficial to your empowerment in any type of way. It's good to do that. But there's one problem, Mr. Jakes. Oh, there's one problem, sir. What happened with you was not online. You attended the freak-offs allegedly in person. And you're worried now because Miss Cassie, you know what? See, look, let's talk warfare 2 for a second. You know I got to bring that into this because I want my people to be educated and smart. Cassie, whether you believe her good, bad, right, or wrong, boy, I got to give it to her. She had this well planned out. It is my conjecture that during the whole time that whatever alleged things happened, that she was busy gathering evidence. They said she got thumb drives with stuff on it. So she'd been plotting this for quite some time, waiting to pull the trigger. And I'm going to dare say that it's not just her. She's probably had other people, namely them folks that's been looking to go ahead and knock Diddy off, because whatever I told y'all over here on this channel, they all have a uh-oh folder on you. You've never heard me mention that term. I'll break it down briefly. The uh-oh folder for black politician, black athlete, black celebrity, entertainer alike, pastor, whatever you want to call it. That's the folder that them folks keep on you. So when they get tired of you and get ready to break their tool, they're like, okay, go ahead and pull this file. His or her file. Let's go ahead. You see Eric Adams, he spoke against the Democrats. Oh, for real? Grab his uh-oh folder. Let's go and get this boy up out of here. Okay? Brandon Johnson up there in Chicago, you next, and you deserve it, because I'm not going to put the cape on for him, because see, when they turn on black people and you do things to harm the community, we're not going to put the cape on for you. So, Diddy, and he set up there and allegedly did whatever he did to Cassie. She has thumb drives and got all other kind of evidence, and she's agreeing to cooperate with the feds and turn all that over. Let me tell you something. They're going to make a spectacle out of that. When they come for Diddy Bop, if perfect, I'm going to tell you something, dude. If you wise, you better go price you some tickets over to Bali where Russell Simmons at. I think you might better pull a Russell, because they coming for you, bro. They coming. They coming. Once you win, nigga, look, see, a lot of people, to briefly go back over that situation, a lot of people don't pay attention to certain things. I'm going to enhance your logic on these types of situations. I don't ever want you to forget what I'm about to say before we get back to Mr. TD Jakes. When it comes to a situation where somebody makes that type of incendiary allegation against you, you notice the one thing that you didn't hear Puffy saying he would do when Cassie came out with those allegations? You notice what he didn't do? See, if somebody slanders, defames you, or libels your name, you threaten to countersue. You know that he never threatened to countersue that woman. Oh, yeah, a lot of y'all missed that, didn't you? So, chances are a great deal of what she's saying, if not all of it, a great deal of what she's saying is the truth, okay? Now, you all know my stance on it. I don't believe that, you're going to stay in something for 10 years and just be flying back and forth across the country and willingly being abused, but she got something on him, okay? There's some truth to it, because these celebrities that got that kind of bread, you threaten to defame them in any kind of way, they gonna be like, oh, okay. Look, man, they will drop a bag on you just to ruin your life. They be waiting on you to play with them like that, okay? Yeah, Tasha K, yeah, you finding out the hard way, and you finna find out again. Kevin Hart, boy, look, if you lost that lawsuit to Cardi B that's worth about $50 million, Kevin Hart is worth $450 million. He finna bust your head. It's over with. You might better get you a plane ticket over there with Russell too. You and Diddy, y'all need to go together. Y'all travel, go ahead and get your plane ticket and get up out of here. That would be the wise thing to do. Y'all playing. But see, when you look at them types of situations and you got people that have the wherewithal to and the means to go and get competent legal counsel, it's one thing to hire one attorney. It's another when you got a starting 5 basketball team walking in there. You understand me? Yeah. So see, all these people that's playing these games, man, I'm like, yeah, it's better to just live on the straight up without all of that. You work hard to get successful. They just always got to have something extra, always something out of the norm, okay? Some old weird crap, freak offs, allegedly. That's what they're saying, all right? But this situation here, when they get ready to get old Puffy, man, like I said, they're going to make a spectacle out of it because he's a black man, and they're going to, perk walk everything. So if he's dumb enough to just stay here, I'm telling you, Puffy, you better leave, bro. They coming. They coming. And Mr. Jakes, depending on what they got on you, you better hope that, everything you saying is true. Because if that woman has you on any video doing anything, see, let me tell you how dirty the feds is. Let me tell you what they're going to do with him. They're going to get Diddy. Because look, Going after somebody like that, that makes a prosecutor's career. That is a dream scenario. Get some famous, wealthy black person, yeah, take him down. Okay, it's all politics. But see what they're going to do with you, Mr. Jakes, they're going to play with you like a worm on a hook. They're going to blackmail the hell out you. Oh, boy, they're going to make you squirm. So it's like, they probably going to make you be like, look here. We might grant you immunity if you go ahead and testify against Pedickley on the stand. And look, I'm going to ask my chat room a question before we get back to this. Family, if my scenario bears out, because I think we're going to see this before the end of the year, mark my words. If my scenario bears out, do you find it far-fetched that Mr. TD Jakes would not take that deal and testify against Puffy should that go to trial? What y'all think? Do you think this humble man of God, as he would say, do you think that he wouldn't take that deal? Well, what y'all think in the chat room, family? What y'all believe? Y'all believe he wouldn't take the deal? What y'all think? Because, hey, Emma, I think so. Hey, Emma said it in the chat, Mr. Power Bottom's going down. Pause. Yes, might like that. I don't want to get excited. Mr. Power Bottom's here. They gonna power him to the bottom, boy. Listen. He gonna be on the stand telling Diddy, take that. Like, hey, this the wrong version to take that. That was only for the free calls. But look, man, I digress. Let's let this little bald-headed cranberry-looking MFL up here. Let's let him get back to it. Have no respect for this joke.
Right there. Log off. There is no show here. In the Gospel of St. Matthew.
Yeah, man, that was Mr. Take That Jakes, okay? So y'all hear him, right? He's standing by, he's sticking to his guns. And look, the same thing with Bishop Eddie Long. He stuck by his guns too. Oh, I remember his speech before his crowd at the time. Oh, the word of God. It is, oh, they coming after me. It's like all that old performative BS. I'm like, listen, man, the feds don't care about none of that, boy. If you on any type of video, audio, anything going on, it's gonna come out. But see, the sad thing is, if it does, you'll still have some silly Negroes right on up there in the church, especially if they don't prosecute him for anything. Oh yeah, but see, if he hadn't committed a crime, though, I do see them using him. In other words, I'm gonna be blunt with it before we get into what we got to analyze next. His ass will belong to the feds. He'll be their power bottom because see, you need to understand that a lot of these clowns, like, okay, think about the low-life bastard that killed our good brother Nipsey Hussle, okay? They own you. They own you. They be like, hey, look, you belong to us. You do whatever we say from here on out. Your Darthard periods, you just think about history, okay? I've covered the Darthard periods and the William O'Neills on this channel, and et cetera, et cetera. Once a rat, and they get their claws into you, they were like, yeah, this is it forever. Because if you try to defy us, let me tell you something, boy, there's not a street gang in America that can touch them federal goons, boy. That's a whole nother level y'all do not understand. I need to do a long form broadcast on Patreon about that because, a lot of y'all have heard these acronym terms, but a lot of y'all really don't understand how them folks operate. I can't go into long form on that on YouTube. I'll have to do that on Patreon. But, listen. Bottom line, they gonna own him, boy. And like anybody that's goofy enough to hang around him after that, oh boy, it's over with. They're gonna have him serving them up. But we'll see. Time is the great reveal of all things. And see, I'm showing you again the crash testing for dummies manual, because what we got to get into next here, this is the portion that if you have black sons, you're gonna want to pay close attention to this. So that you will understand where I'm pulling this from, let me go ahead and show you. Let's pull this up on the screen right quick. Let me slide this up so that you will see where I'm getting this from, because you know that when I review something or I make a claim about something, I don't like to just give you my conjecture. If it's possible, I like to let you hear and see from the individuals that we're critiquing. This is from DJ Akademiks channel, is the King Akademiks channel, okay? As you see, I know y'all heard about it. Big Act keeps it real. Akademiks explains exactly what happened with his ex and gets called out by his chat. As you can see, as of December 30th, in last year, 2023, it had 87,280 views, probably gone up since then. Just letting you know where you can find what we're about to review here. Okay? So that everybody will understand, because see, bit of backstory on Akademiks. Now, yes, he's a buck dancing Sambo, but I will say this. One thing I don't like to see anybody unfairly accused of something, even if it's somebody I've got personal issues with. I'm not for that, man or woman, okay? I'm for, okay, if you did something, let the facts come out, and then you be dealt with into the fullest extent of the law. Or if you innocent, then you need to be proven innocent, and then restitution needs to be made to the person that was falsely accused. This situation, young brothers, let me tell you something. Even if you're not a multimillionaire like Akademiks, you better be very, very attentive to what we're about to go into here tonight, because for Akademiks' story, in case you don't know, yes, he is a Jamaican immigrant. From what he said of his own mouth, his father was one of them kind that had families all over the place, cheating on his mother when they was back there in Jamaica. So they went their separate ways. His mother left him and his biological brother in Jamaica, and she came to America to try to, make a better way for her children, understandable. And he didn't get over here until 2001. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. I know we clown him a lot for his, anti-FBA rhetoric and his buck dancing and his Samboing hanging with the lights of them goofballs fresh and fit. And if you remember, when I did broadcast critiquing them last year, I told you that anybody hanging around them, I called it. Go back and look at it. I said it's just a matter of time before you get caught up in something. But nonetheless, I will give credit where credit is due. You all may not know this, but DJ Akademiks, he's actually not a dummy. He's not a dumb person. He has a degree in biomathematics from Rutgers University. Okay, and listen, for what it's worth, he's done very well for himself. But the point that I'm going to be focusing on is how when you make bad decisions, like I explained at the beginning of the broadcast, you put yourself in a position to lose everything. We're going to review some things here from his own words and his own mouth. Those of you that have already seen it, you already know where we're going. But if you haven't seen this, it's going to be a very valuable lesson here. And like I said, as far as I know, I'm one of the first, if not the first, to address this, but it's got to be addressed for the sake of helping younger black men understand what is wise and what is foolish. We'll go ahead and get into it. And before we do that, I'm going to play something for you, not to dump on him or to pile on DJ Akademiks, but it's a reminder of why, okay, once you become a very wealthy black man, especially fairly young, because he's a fairly young black man, he's not an old man, you have to be very careful about what you say in the public, okay? Because it will always be used against you. Now, what you're about to hear is going to be triggering. It's going to be disturbing. Y'all already know my stance on this, but I'm going to play this to show you why that when you make these kinds of statements and them folks get you in their crosshairs, they're going to use all of that against you. So I'm playing this as a reminder, and I want y'all to listen to this.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick.
Yeah, got to put the crash test for dummies up there. See, now, let me go ahead and make my stance triple clear on this. I've said it before. No grown-ass man has no business dating nothing in no damn teens. They are children. I don't give a fuck about what nobody said, talking about 18-year-olds adults. No, they're not. No, they're not. Their brains are not fully developed until 25 years old. Those are teenagers, children. No grown, decent black man has no business talking about doing nothing with no teenager other than trying to instruct them in knowledge of some sort and help them to look out for things that are going to be a snare and a pitfall for them. I could not even look at a teenager in no type of sexual way. I just couldn't. But see, gotta go here. Because I told you, we finna turn these sacred cows and hamburgers because I got to teach my people the right way. He's not FBA, and no disrespect to my own cold Jamaican brothers and sisters, but that's where he's from. A lot of that goes on in these other cultures like that, where it's okay to talk like that, and listen, it's no big deal. Nobody don't check you on it because, unfortunately, a lot of things go on like that in these different places. A lot of things go on like that here in foundational Black American society. The difference is we don't have an open culture where you can just get away with, being a pedo or making pedo statements. Stuff like that around FBA people, we'll put hands on you about that, man. And don't let it be a brother that's got a daughter in the age range that you talking about, man. That'll get you stomped out. Okay, I'm just gonna look. Y'all know me. I give it to you straight, no chaser. But that will get you messed up, especially here in the South. Oh yes, don't you do it. You better keep that on the route. So we better not find out that's what you got going on. Okay, so his mouth is reckless. You jump out here, and from what I've observed of the young man, he just say anything, everything. He's very arrogant, and I've always told you all, it's one thing to be proud of your accomplishments. You should be. The fruits of your labor by your own hand, whether you're a man or a woman. You should be proud of that. It's a detriment when it moves over into arrogance because arrogance is an all-consuming cancer. It is a great weakness. There is no use for arrogance anywhere in the vicinity of anything that somebody wise has going on. That is something that you better check because you think about it. Look at all the arrogant people that just think they're untouchable. Like your Diddy Bobs, okay? And all the rest of them. Just look at all the people that, they'll never get me. This will never happen. The minute that you let that phrase come out your mouth, calamity instantly falls upon your head. You understand? I had a father and have a father, grandfathers, uncles, okay, that were all drilling that into me from an early age about arrogance. Yes, my situation's a bit different. We are a blessed family, okay? We do okay. I'm not going to tell you we Rockefellers or nothing, but we didn't want for anything. My father always, and my mother always made sure that I kept grounded, okay? Kept grounded. Keyword, like, okay, listen, yes, you have this, you have that, but these things do not make you better than anybody. If we catch you acting that way, we're going to check you. And they did. They definitely did. And I thank them for it because, see, what happens is if you don't check that behavior, and that person develops that arrogant mindset on up into adulthood, let me tell you something. It might seem like it's fun, but what's going to happen is when all the vultures and all the wolves and sharks start coming for you, you vulnerable. You know why? What have I always told you all about arrogance? It blinds you so that you cannot see the world the way it really is. You think that you're more powerful and more significant than you actually are, when really you're wide open. Your flank is open, as we would say on the battlefield. All right. So I just want to put that in its proper context. That reckless mouth. I'm tell you something right now. In 2024, if you got people around you that have a reckless mouth like that, they're just prone to just say anything, anytime. You might better consider distancing yourself from these people. Okay. But the further situation we got to analyze here, this is the one that I'm telling y'all, man, as young Black men. Don't do this. And I'm going to point out everywhere that he went wrong with this, right? Let's go ahead and get into it.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Akademiks. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
Oh. Okay, so I played that before we get into analyzing this DJ Akademiks situation. I'm not going to mince any words on this because You all, if you've been longtime subscribers of mine, okay, you've heard me speak not only on this platform, but any of my other platforms, Instagram, Twitter, other people's platforms. You already know my stance on this. I'm going to make it clear yet again. I do not take sexual assault or rape lightly in any shape, form, or fashion with either gender, okay? With either gender. If it's proven that you did that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know what I think. I think what I really think, I can't say is somewhat draconian, but I've already given my thoughts on what I think would solve that problem. Okay, there's certain methods that, you know, you could enact with hot irons upon certain members that people find that they can't control. Okay, I mean, I look, I've got methods that I think solve that problem and help deter that in society. I would be glad I'm not in charge of it. But what I just heard her say there, ladies, in 2024, y'all better put y'all foot on these helpless necks that do this, because see, here's the problem. Everything that she just said, if all of this is true, first things first, where's the police report? Because you said, you know, the rape kit was done. Okay, great. We're going to get into all this too, okay? Y'all better start requiring these women that make these accusations to come out with some type of proof that you went to the authorities first. Let me be clear, and I am in no way, shape, or form being insensitive. I can understand if that happened to you, that you would be shook up for a day or two. But here's why I'm making the statement that I'm making. Ladies, y'all better listen to me. If you don't go to the authorities, if what she said happened, and it's going to be proven that she lied, we're going to get into it. If what you said did happen, though, for any lady, then you getting on social media for clout, talking about telling your story, that's not getting the predator off the street. That's not protecting your fellow sisters from an alleged predator if that person really did that to you. Do y'all see where I'm going with that? Huh? You see where I'm going with that? If that person really did that to you, then you're going to need to come forward to the authorities so that you can get them off the streets. Don't you care about the rest of your sisters? But see, what she was talking about, and let me go ahead and put this out there at the beginning. When DJ Akademiks spoke on this at first, he didn't call her name. Didn't say her name at all. Nobody would have known who she was until she came out and did what she just did there, okay, and showed her face. Nobody saw her face, didn't call her name. What ended up happening, I'm going to say it like it is, she ended up getting a train ran on her, sloppy drunk with two of his so-called snakish homeboys. And see, I'm going to tell you something, Akademiks, you happen to see this, dude, you better cut them so-called homeboys loose. We're going to get into that, though. You know what? I'm going to wait till he gets to that part. Then I'm going to go into withering detail on that, because we got some lessons to teach. You know what? Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break this thing down from the A row to the zero, like my uncle say.
Yeah. Holy. I wish I could play some music, but I can't play no music.
Fair use, by the way. Fair use.
Music right now. All right. Let me get the link for this shit. Hey, yo. Hey, I'm back. I'm back on stream real quick. This is for the slow ones in the back. The slow ones all the way in the back. The back. You feel me? Somebody says, yeah. So, you know,
clearly, you know, when they try to, they've tried to do this to me about 6 or 7 times. So like, I'm no new. It's no new thing to me. We'll survive this like we survived anything else. It'll be fun. But we do got to clarify a few things for the slow ones in the back. We're not even on Rumble. We're just straight on YouTube, Twitch. We want to make some things very clear. And also,
before he does that, let me make something very clear. DJ Akademiks and anybody, especially my young black men over here, I want to see all of you get to my age and surpass me and have the same type of success I have in life and beyond that, okay? So now, one way to make sure that you get there is, you heard him say that, oh, they've already done this to me XYZ amount of times. Let me tell you something. Each and every time that you encounter some type of situation in life that brings adversity your way, you pause, you stand still and figure out what the lesson is to help you prevent repeating that situation in the future. Because see, let me tell you something, a lot of things happen to us in life, things that we don't deserve at times, okay? Unforeseen occurrence, I mentioned that again. But in most things, when it comes to the company of people that you keep, men and women alike, I want you to hear this. When it comes to the company that you keep, okay, you have to always look at the situations. If they go bad, you can say, okay, yes, this person did that wrong. This person lied on me. This happened, this, that, the third. But at the end of the day, the person that is going to make sure that you never repeat certain things again. In fact, if you want to learn to move as a powerful person, you must master this. And this is hard for a lot of people to do. I'm going to give it to you straight. It has worked with me well all the days of my life up to this point. My father and grandfathers gave me these lessons. I'm going to share them with you here tonight. You better learn to look in that mirror and look at yourself honestly and say, this right here, ask yourself this question. What did I do to contribute to putting myself in this bad situation? Did I overlook some bad character judgments that were around me? Did I extend my trust to some people that I shouldn't have? Okay. Was this something that was due to my arrogance and complacency? Are the people around me people that don't have anything to lose? How did I contribute to this? You understand? See, that what I just said right there, that is so hard for a lot of people to do. It is hard because, see, when you reach certain levels of success, and this is dangerous, when you reach certain levels of success and you have nothing but a bunch of ass kissers around you, you in trouble, man. You in trouble. If the only thing that you have around you is people that want to get something from you, they're going to be afraid to tell you the truth about things because the only thing they're thinking about is what they can get from you. They don't want to offend you or make you angry, so they're not going to pull you to the side. In other words, you'll be the emperor with no clothes. You'll be running around thinking you got the flyest outfit ever on in your little delusion, but hey, everything's hanging out, okay? Everything's hanging out. Everybody can see you bucket naked, like they say, okay? And see, in a figurative sense, it is a piss poor thing and a dangerous thing to be naked of common sense and awareness of your surroundings. That is not wisdom. That is the opposite of wisdom, which is foolishness. So I just wanted to get that part out of the way. Let him get back to it.
so we just not ducking no allegations. No, we're not ducking no face because really, a nigga ain't really do nothing. You feel me? There's nothing that I got a guilty conscience from. There's nothing that I did no weird shit from. It is going to be what it is. You feel me? I already told everybody the worst parts of it. After this, it only helps me out if you ask me. I told the worst parts of every situation that I got going on. The worst parts has been already told. First and foremost, I see something going on Twitter, and this is why I just got back up on here. This is just some facts. So for all the people, the slow ones in the back, even the bright ones, and also the chat niggas, I'm gonna just give you the facts because people are gonna make up shit. So, and this is probably first and foremost. When I say slow ones in the back, this for Meek Mill, okay? Meek Mill, I know you've been in the back of the class, but bring your ass up here to the front today. Bring your ass up to the front today, okay? We're gonna bring you up to speed we're gonna bring you up to speed, and we're gonna bring you up to speed with a few things. Okay, you said, what is this a hoax? Got to be nah. Okay, now, by the way, it is a hoax. Actually, maybe you're not that stupid, but this clip is going viral. Okay. By the way, if everybody know, I clearly said yesterday I've been wearing the same shirt for 3 days, the Keep It a Bean shirt. I've been wearing it for 3 days. This was last night. I come back from my studio. I done told my story. I come back from my studio to my house. There's cameras ripped out of my outside of the inside of my house. There's mad monitors broken. There's mad shit broken. I'm even talking to this individual like, yo, damn, why'd you do all this shit? She gets her phone and she sees the blogs already started posting it. And they're posting the clip where it says, ex-girlfriend stole $500K from him. So, you know, she's not a public figure. So she's like, oh my God, you ruined my whole, like I'm done now. Like nobody will ever, that's all people are going to know from me. So she's drunk, by the way. This is a drunk woman.
Let's go ahead and get into it right now, right? Young black man, let me tell you something. Don't you ever in your life allow someone to come to your home and damage your property. And you just sit there while they're doing it and you talking about, why did you do this? It should never happen, but if it does happen, that should be the first and last time that individual gets to do that. First and foremost, you don't bring in everything to your home. Let me tell y'all something, man. My first babysitter was my great-grandmother, okay? My great-grandmother, rest her soul. I got a lot of my habits from her as well as my grandfather's, because one thing that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate to this if you knew your great-grandparents or even your grandparents. I had the type of great-grandparents and, you know, grandparents that did not play having a whole bunch of niggas over to your house that you don't know. First of all, don't they have their own homes? Well, what is all these bums just piling up at your spot? See, I know a lot of young people like to do that, but see, tonight is going to be a lesson on why that can come back to haunt you. It's one thing to throw an occasional get together with people that you've known for a while, but then even then you have to watch it. But where things start to go left is when this alcohol come into picture. Now, y'all already know how I tell y'all about that. I've said it for many years. I'm going to say it yet again here tonight. Young men, you better do away with this trend that every time you're dealing with these women, they got to be pissy drunk. And ladies, same thing if it's a dude, because Akademiks going to mention that. That's one of his problems. That's why his judgment is off. Consuming alcohol. See, I'm going to give y'all some of the best advice going into 2024 that I can give you. Everybody's a human being. Everybody goes through things, okay? And I suspect that, you know, from hearing him talk, that he still has issues with, you know, the way his father, you know, abandoned the family and did the things that he did, okay? That definitely affected him, and he did not have the proper manhood training to help him see the error of his ways and his judgment here. But if you're dealing with any type of problem, let what you use to cope with the problem be something that's not detrimental to you, not getting drunk, not getting high, definitely not going out committing no crimes or hurting nobody. If you're dealing with something, develop a habit where you're doing something to add to your health, working out, increasing your knowledge, reading, going for a run, going fishing. Everybody's got a different something. Just make sure that what you're using to cope with issues and problems is something that's going to benefit you and not detract or subtract from your life and your well-being and your freedom, possibly. Okay? Make sure you're doing that, because see, his issue right here, you see how in the clip that he was playing where, you know, she's screaming like some kind of banshee in the background, and like he just sitting there talking about what he asked her. See, first of all, I just got to go in and call him what he is. He's a simp. And see, simping is dangerous for women and men. It's dangerous for the women because, yeah, if you got a simp lavishing things on you, sooner or later, if you playing with him, you could end up in the situation with like Mercedes Moore, heaven forbid. And it's dangerous to men because if you simping and you dealing with women like this heifer in the background here that's making these allegations, because that's the same one that I played for you there. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about, first of all, you disrespected me in my home that I allowed you into my sacred castle and you damaged my property. So that already showing me you don't respect me. But see, his homeboys don't respect him either. We're going to get into that. But see, this whole alcohol thing, and then you just, you know, and instead of you going ahead and doing what you need to do, call the authorities and get her up out of there. And let's address that, because see, I like to give my people sound advice on how to manage these types of crisis situations. Fellas, if you ever unfortunately find yourself in a scenario where you're dealing with some crazy chick in your home and she won't leave, let me tell you what you do. Now, a lot of you going to be like, man, what you mean? You tripping? But no, I'm not tripping. I'm going to give you wisdom to make sure that you protect yourself. What you do, you go outside of your home. Don't put hands on her, none of that. Because, like, you know, he does have surveillance in his house. And that's the one thing I've always preached to y'all. Have surveillance in your vehicles in your home, because that really saved him. Just could have went left without his surveillance footage. But what you do, she already drunk or whatever, don't you put hands on her. You step outside your home. You make that call to them folks and explain clearly that you are the one calling for help. Describe what you wearing. If you have to, walk across the street and let them come drag her up out of your house. Now, why am I telling you that? Because if you go try to handle that, and I know it's your home, but you end up getting into it with her because an erratic helper that's breaking things, it ain't nothing for she start trying to put her hands on you and throwing shit at you. I'm telling you the smart way to do it. You understand? And believe you me, I get it. Your castle is your home. I do not play about who I allow over to either of my homes. I don't play that, okay? If you made it across the threshold of either of my homes, trust me, you got to have some sense, okay? Everybody ain't supposed to be at your house, and you don't let everybody come to your house, okay? So that's the wise way to deal with that situation. You don't sit there coddling that. And see, you can tell by the way he's talking about it, he's one of those Negroes that think that when a woman is showing her behind like that, that shit is cute. Let me tell y'all something, dog. I'm going to say it yet again. I don't care how fine you look. You could fit the specs from head to toe of my ideal woman as far as attractiveness. I do not tolerate disrespect. I don't care if you are a 10 or a damn 5. You're not going to disrespect me. You're just not going to disrespect me, especially if I have not, led with disrespect towards you. That is paramount. When the respect is removed from our equation, you are removed from my life permanently. There's no coming back. There's no revolving door. That's something else you brothers better start doing. When you cast certain chicks to the side, and women too, but we talking about this situation. When you cast certain women to the side, it's for a reason. Do not go backwards. Life moves forward. Stop going back. If you didn't get along, that doesn't mean you have to hate the person. Might not make them a bad person. But what it does mean is they're not conducive to be in your life. And you can't change people. People only change themselves, okay? So that's something that it seems like he needs to learn, because, see, I'm going to tell you right now. My cousin and I were discussing this earlier today. Our question is this: how the hell did she get the combination to your safes to steal $500,000 of your money? How the hell she know you got that in your home? See, fellas, let me tell you something, man. These chicks, that when you bring them to your house, you better have thoroughly vetted them, man. And even so, you don't tell her where none of that stuff is. I feel bad for the dude, man, because it's like, if he was my little brother, he wouldn't be going through none of that, If he was my little brother, I would have his ass on game. All this goofy shit right here, that'll be cut out. But I digress. I'm going to let him get back into it, y'all, because if you think it's bad so far, you ain't heard nothing yet. Let's get into it.
Screaming, oh my God, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? By the way, at that time, somebody hits me and said, yo, your stream accidentally started. Like, it just started because the internet was out before. I come down, I cut the stream off. That's it. Like, there's random bums on here talking about I caught my girlfriend smashing my friends in my house. You could probably even hear her like what words she's saying.
Now you hear that. She in his house just showing her drunk ass. Fellas, I know a lot of times people like to try to dispute things that I say and go back and forth with me. And you know that you rarely ever see me do it. I don't waste my time trying to educate the foolish. But you remember how I've always said over here on this channel, invest in surveillance in your house, inside and outside. Both of mine, I can see 360 degrees, okay? You come up, there's no sneaking up on me, okay? There's no sneaking up on GPS. You would stand a better chance of breaking into Fort Knox and trying to get on my property without me notice. I'm telling you right now, and that is not me being hyperbolic. People that know me, they know I'm not playing when I say that. Imagine what would have happened if he didn't have this surveillance footage that's going to vindicate him eventually, like you're going to see. Imagine if he didn't have any cameras and it was just her word versus his and she raising all that hell like that. That nut right there sound like one of the types that she would go and punch herself in the face or run into something, and then next thing you know, you got a Jonathan Major situation. Huh? Y'all better heed them words when I'm telling you, man. Listen, now look, having cameras in your home save you from a lot. It's a protection for your home, inside and out, okay? I wouldn't tell you something that I don't do myself, okay? We're going to get back to it, though.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that came from that. Again, somebody who's drunk don't know what's going on, or actually she do know what's going on. But for her opinion on this whole thing is, yeah, I sent a picture of you to a nigga, but I didn't post it on some public shit. Why did you have to go on your Twitch and talk about everything with me to the world like I look crazy now? You feel me? So whatever. So that.
No, not whatever, you little gerbil face dum-dum you. No, not whatever. See, the boy is a multi-millionaire. I'm going to call him a boy because he's not moving like a man. The boy is a multi-millionaire. He came into his wealth, at a fairly young age. all well earned off of his talents, if you want to call it that, salute to him. But moving like this when you're a multi-millionaire, brother, this ain't it. You don't do this. Young black men, listen to me. You do not move like this when you get to this level. You heard her saying, and he's going to go into detail about the type of picture that she sent. If a woman is doing disrespectful things like that to you, she's not fit to be in your life. You remove her from that. That's a privilege for her to be in your circle. You understand? That's a privilege. So if somebody's not going to respect that privilege and act accordingly, you don't keep these people around. See, again, that little crap where people like to laugh at women showing their behind, you better stop that, man. That'll cost you everything today. You better look at the climate we in. Somebody willing to rip out expensive equipment from your home, a place that they don't pay no bills, okay? A place where they're a guest. You don't tolerate this, fellas. You don't. I tell you, don't even tolerate a small amount of disrespect because it always snowballs with women. Yes, I'm going to say it. You can get mad all you want. I got to tell these young black men the truth. You better check that crap immediately. Because if you don't, what they do, the ones that this applies to, oh, you let me get away with that? Oh, okay. All right. Disrespected you in private, you let it slide. She makes a mental note for the women that this applies to. Next, she going to go a step further with it. Public derision. Oh, you let her get away with that? She's like, oh, okay, you going to let that slide? I got something else for you. That's when it's going to graduate to her trying to put her hands on you and eventually trying to set you up to be harmed. You understand me? I'm telling you, you do not tolerate that. Respect is non-negotiable for men that are worth a damn. Now, if you're a homosexual, you already don't have no respect. I'm not even talking to you. If you're in the homosexual class of men, I don't expect you to comprehend anything I'm saying if you're a homosexual. So this broadcast is not for you. Keep it pushing. You got another couch to lay up on, and God bless you in the new year, okay? May you find the softest couch that you can find and the dumbest woman that'll sit there and let you lay up on her couch. But for the rest of us who are men that require respect like the air we breathe, we're not playing these games with you, okay? This situation is very dangerous. He's got these cameras. That was his saving grace. But again, if you're the type of man, listen to the sound of my voice, that don't have cameras in your home, and you don't have to be no millionaire to get this. See, let me tell you something. I've told you one of the main reasons that I want you all to have cameras and surveillance inside and outside of your home. It don't cost as much as you think. And in your vehicles, let's look at it this way. What if some of them folks show up to your house and call themselves trying to plant something? I've covered stories like that where they've tried to do that, and that footage was the only thing that saved them black people from being framed. They will do it. So think of the surveillance system inside and outside of your home as a protection for your home, okay? Because like I said, if he didn't have this, it could have went very bad. Let's get back to it.
That's that. I also really want to get to, I'm not going to, because this not going to really be no back and forth between me and nobody type shit. You feel me? This ain't going to be no real back and forth with me and anybody in particular. But I also do want for the people who rock with me and who's going to understand what the fuck I've been saying and realize I'm not coming on here like, nigga, I would have never said none of that shit if I came on here to lie. What I'll say is, I wasn't even gonna post these type of joints. But I see Shorty, who clearly was involved in that situation. By the way, Shorty, I didn't bring this up to make you look no way. This was a dealing between me and my girl, or me and my ex-girl. She just kept using that incident, so I just spoke on it and cleared it. I didn't mean to make you look no type of way. I haven't spoken on you. You're right. I just said what happened. I ain't even say who you were. You the one who just jumped out the woodworks. I'd never said who you were, Shorty. Okay? And I'm not even going to play because she made a video. I'm not even going to play the video you made. But.
Oh, we already played the video, Akademiks. And let me tell you something. One thing about me, being a businessman and having to deal with different types of individuals, I'm a pretty good judge of character, if I do say so myself. I have been for many years. And when I first heard him speaking on this, I was like, you know what? He's telling the truth. And I got to say this like it is. I knew he was telling the truth even before I saw the video and everything, because I say he's too stupid to elaborate a lie like that. He is. He's not. He's not a very intelligent man when it comes to common sense. Very accomplished as far as like his academic degree in biomathematics, his talent that has gotten him to where he is. He's accomplished as far as that. But he doesn't have common sense in the way of intelligence. That's what I mean, okay? Not talking about talent, I'm talking about lack of common sense when I say that and make that statement. You can kind of tell when someone is too foolish to maintain an elaborate lie or come up with anything. In other words, he's not some diabolical genius that can concoct something and come up with something now. Now, if it was Diddy, okay. He's got a much higher level of diabolical competence than this guy right here. So, he's basically a naive idiot. All right. He's unlearned and untrained in a great deal as far as how to run his house and run his castle, because here's the thing, man. If he was trained in how to run his household and his castle, he would be a lot more strict about who he allows over there. And he would be more careful about the selection process for the women that he chooses to deal with. And the other thing he would not be doing, which he's going to speak on and we're going to address, he would not be drinking in excess. Listen, it's okay to take a drink here or there, but that having to be pissy drunk to enjoy alcohol because look, first of all, let's go here from a business standpoint. If you are a CEO or the head of a corporation, company, whatever the case may be, you're the public face of the company, okay? Your name and your image. Now, do you think that that's a image where when you're dealing with other business people, you sloppy drunk all over the place, and because you've seen footage of him wilding out when he going off all kinds of alcohol? Does that look like a professional? Do you think that that's the image in the business arena that commands respect? Do you think that people that are for giving you brand deals and wanting to do collaborations with you, you think that's going to bode well? Okay, in advertising markets, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I'm just giving you something to think about why this is not a wise way to conduct yourself. All things in moderation, okay? Whatever you're going to do, when you start doing something in excess, that's where you go wrong, okay? And having to be drunk in public, look, let me tell you something. If you're going to drink, you should do it in the comfort of a space, preferably your home, where, hey, if you do decide to have a little too much, okay, you at the crib. You can sleep that off. You don't never want to be incoherent in public because that's very dangerous, especially for a successful man that people know you got money like that. And then you don't have no security with you most of the time. Because, see, that's the other thing about this scenario that he's going to get into at his home. I'm like, nah, if I have security, you don't have security at your homes? Okay, well, a home, I don't know how many he has. I have two. But listen, a lot of this shit right here, Especially if I was to throw a function. Oh no, my security gonna be on your ass. Oh no, you are not going to be roaming around my crib unauthorized. Somebody gonna cut you off. They gonna notify me, and depending on what you did, I'm gonna kick your ass out my place and off my property. Okay? I mean, I'm just saying, man. And he's not the only one. I'm not just picking on him. A lot of these people have this kind of wealth, and they don't have no type of security. You hear all the time people running up on them inside their house and taking them at gunpoint and you know, robbing them and stuff. Y'all remember the so-called Soldier Boy situation with all that exaggeration he made? Y'all remember that, right? That was hilarious. But my thing is, boy, somebody run up on your crib, boy, even if they was brave enough to try it, you supposed to have deterrents that make them go, you know what? I thought this was a good idea until I saw that. Nah, we better pick somebody else. But I digress, man. A fool in their money soon part, and a fool never uses their money wisely. Let's get back to it.
What I do want to show, number one, first and foremost, if everything or anything you're saying is true, a nigga would have been charged. Nothing happened. You feel me? No case, no nothing. Also, I will say this. These are things that the police and everybody else looked at their damn self. You know, unlike the cops in that incident, I will say this one was something that the police handled, not social media. It's crazy now that the police handled it. Nothing happened. They said, oh, okay, this wasn't shit. Now, Shorty's trying to, and again, I don't know how she just jumped into the mix, but I'm going to show you exactly. And by the way, I can't show certain shit. Like, for example, I sent her a video of her at my poolside with two niggas. I said I was sleeping. I can't show you that explicit photo. I still got the image of that. Feel me? I can't post it on here, clearly. But the police seen all this shit. Like, they seen everything. Okay, so these are the messages. We're going to go off, like, I'm not even going to play what Shorty said because I'm not going to do this back and forth. I'm going to show you text messages, what the police said, and you're going to read these messages. And remember what I said? You're going to read these messages and just say to yourself, man, this sound like Ack was capping. Or, man, this sound like Ack did some shit. Oh, whatever you want to take from that, you take from it. I was never going to even post these shits. But you got these people like trying to cloud chase doing too much, my nigga. Like, y'all got to chill. Shit, I'm already into it with, like, that other Shorty. Like, y'all better. All right, here we go, though. Now, I'm going to just give y'all. Hopefully this is the last time I really even got to speak on it. But knowing, shit, how do I? By the way, I'm still trying to, you know, I don't want to. I also don't want to dox nobody. Like, that's not what I'm doing this for, bro. Shit. Is it this? All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, I got the first one. Here we go. I had to edit out her name and shit like that. You feel me? I had to edit out Shorty's name. But I'm going to show you the first message after Shorty. Well, I had sent her a picture. I said, bruh, this is clearly y'all fucking. You know what I mean? Because at first she was saying, why ain't fuck? I said, this is clearly y'all fucking, right? Which one is the first one? Right here. Okay. I've cropped out her name. Because I wanna make sure, like, I'm not trying to, this is not, bro, me and this girl, we haven't talked ever, like, we haven't talked in a really long time. We haven't talked since that date. And I'm not trying to antagonize her, and I'm not trying to make her feel no type of way. I understand from her point of view, whatever, like, it's traumatizing. I'm not here trying to, wait, what the fuck? Give me a second. Maybe I got a screenshot again. Nigga, thank God. Yo, the other Shorty broke all my phones. Thank God I still got this old ass phone, bro. This old phone with all the receipts, nigga. All the receipts. Okay, bingo, right here. Yeah, this should be it. Okay. And y'all can use this for whatever purposes, but, you know, I'm always just keep it a bean. Okay. This is the message. I'm going to tell you, I can't post. So on that day, so the first, remember, she got in the car. She's leaving. She got in the car. She's leaving. I'm Ubering her back. She says, can you talk? She calls my phone. She calls my phone and she says, yo, hey, like, I can't really believe that this happened, blah, blah. She was like, yo, are you sure? Like, yo, what happened then? So I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna lie, you haven't, like, I hate to say this because, like, I know she gonna feel away, but I'm only speaking facts. I'm only speaking facts because that's just is what it is. I'm not trying to make her look no type of way, bro. I said, bro, you were having sex with both of them at once. I sent a screenshot, a picture of her with the two dudes to her, right? This is what she said. By the way, I can't post a picture of her and the two dudes, clearly, right? Like, duh. So I cropped it from there and I cropped her name out. This is the messages that proceeded right after that. By the way, she's in an Uber going home back from my crib. Remember, like, I started acting distant to her after I confronted her. I'm like, yo, you fuck.
Now, let me pause this babbling gerbil, and apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's hard to listen to him because he rambles on, and, you know, he's just in and out all over the place. And that's another thing that shows you that he has not, you know, been fully trained for manhood, because men don't do all of that. If we're explaining something, we get straight to brass tacks, okay? We're not all over the place with erratic energy, just all over the place is babbling, okay? No. You can't be effective among circles of men that I move in and talking like this, just rambling all over the place. But see, now it's coming out, and he's about to show the messages where, you know, it's going to vindicate him and prove that he did not do what she accused him of doing. What this was her drunk behind. Let them dudes run a train on her. Now that you embarrassed, you trying to pretend like you don't know what happened. No. Because what he's about to describe, yeah, you knew what you was doing. You just embarrassed that it came out. And look, this is common to these industry thighs. Y'all know what I call them? Turbo thighs. I call them that for a reason. This is what they do. But see, Akademiks, this goes back on you. If you were properly grounded in your manhood and been trained properly or been around people that you got solid game from, she would have never made it into your home. Now, not gonna judge you. If you said you just want to try it out and see what that's like, okay, you do that. But she ain't never supposed to see the inside of none of your homes or none of your vehicles. That's a bust down at a hotel room. If you're gonna do it. Now, I wouldn't want nothing to do with her. But if you're going to do that, you need to do that at a hotel room, brother. Don't bring a liability and a threat to your damn sanctuary where you lay your head at. And then this is going to get into the part that I said about these two so-called homeboys. Because, see, he seems to be the type of person that grew up calling everybody a friend. Just because you grew up with people don't make them your friends. It's certain people that you grew up with that it was meant for you to distance yourself from. See, when the Most High says us on certain paths, he's removing you from certain things. Everybody's not meant to go. So I'm going to go ahead and say this, man. And like I said, he's finna get into detail about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you how I see it. The two so-called homeboys that was over to his crib, and he going to tell how all this came about. But the two so-called homeboys that's over to your crib that's doing this, first of all of them was drunk. The house belongs to you, dumb Akademiks. So let's just say they did actually sexually assault her, and it was no footage. Let's just say we're gonna go devil's advocate as if that happened to her, because it was consensual. Yes, it was. But if it wasn't, that happened at your place. You the famous person with the most money that a DA or a prosecutor could make a name off. They're coming for you. They may get your friends, but you gonna be the main one they come from. So if you got so-called homeboys that's irresponsible to conduct themselves like that at your home, they don't respect you and their liabilities. You cut that off. Just like cancer, you cut that off. And the other disrespectful thing, I got to go here. Y'all know I would be remiss if I didn't. If these supposed to be your partners and that's supposed to be your girl or even just a chick you fooling with, and they made a move on her, especially when y'all hear the circumstances that this took place, right? I ain't gonna say that part yet. I'm gonna let him see it. But keep in mind what I'm about to say. These Negroes made a move on a so-called girl that he was messing with. I don't care what she was, your girlfriend or just company that you had over for the night. Let me tell you, young black men, something right now. If you invite so-called homeboys over to your crib and it's a scenario like that, they're not supposed to touch the food that's for the king. You understand? I'm gonna say that one more time. They are not supposed to touch the food that's for the king. You gonna reach on my plate and grab something that's for me? Wait till you hear the circumstances that they did it. Then you're gonna see why I'm calling these guys snakes, okay? You better cut them off, man. You better cut them off. And after this close call here, because this was a close call, you need to just be to yourself and look at your life and say, okay, I need to move different. I need to reevaluate some things to make sure that the next situation that comes along don't cost me everything. So I'm in a Jonathan Majors situation. You better look at what he went through. The lessons are out here for us to learn. Like I tell y'all, we can get them one way, one or two ways, the easy way or the hard way. Let's get back to it.
2 niggas in my crib, whatever. This is the messages. Now, I don't know if y'all seen what video, whatever she just put up. Does that video sounds like these messages is like, Ack, you did something to me, right? Remember, in her video, she says, it wasn't just your friends, it's you. Does these messages sound like Akademiks did anything? I'm gonna put it up on the screen. This is the first message after I sent the picture. This is her. Y'all know how text messages work. I'm sorry. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I said, I don't know what you want me to say. You won, I suppose. The reason why I said that is because when she was in my kitchen and I was telling her, like, yo, I think you fuck my niggas, she was like, yo, don't you like girls that be fucking mad niggas? And I'm like, bruh, you know, like, I looked at you. And if she remembers this, she know I'm not capping. I said, you know, men look at girls 2 different ways. We have girls that we could possibly wife up. They're good girls and whores. Like, why y'all always think that a nigga want a chick who fucking everybody? So that's why I was like, yo, I don't know what you want me to say, LOL. Because I think when she says I'm sorry, she's finally accepted it that she did have sex with the 2 dudes. I said, I don't know what you want me to say. I said, I guess you won, I suppose, whatever. She says, I never meant for all that to happen. Listen, does this sound like she's saying I did nothing wrong? I know you can never look at me the same. This is what you're saying to me. By the way, this is not Cheyenne. This is not Cheyenne. For everybody, this is not Cheyenne. This is some other shit. She says, look, I know you can't look at me the same. Okay. She says, I think I should talk to someone about this. I say, what you mean? She says, I feel really sad. And I think I should talk to someone about it, like a therapist or something. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what's the next message. Give me a second. A therapist or something. Hold on. Therapist or something. Okay, cool.
Now I want to address a statement that he said that she made towards him when she asked him, don't you like chicks that be screwing a lot of dudes? Okay, I'm paraphrasing y'all. Y'all know what she said. See, Akademiks, I'm going to give y'all some comparison here, right? You remember when I covered the situation with Terry the Ferry Crews, okay, where he had the incident where, you know, a little dwarf of a white man ran up to that big swollen buck with muscles on top of muscles and grabbed him by his equipment in front of his wife? Well, tell you something right now. There are men that are not even half a Terry Crews size that white man wouldn't have tried like that if you don't project a certain energy. See, what was it about Terry Crews that made the white dude so comfortable that he felt that, hey, no matter if your wife is here, I can walk up to you and play with you like this. I got to go here because the contrast and the comparison that I'm making is this. Akademiks, why was she so comfortable thinking that that's what you deal with? See, she looking at how you move, man. You hanging out with your little fresh and fit flunkies, okay, fluke and fraud, whatever you want to call them, okay? You know, Gonzo and Kermit the Frog, y'all know how I clown them. You hanging out with losers like that. These are not men, they're boys, okay? And it keeps you in the arrested development state of a boy. So for her to make that statement, she's like, well, hell, I see you kicking it with turbo thoughts all the time. And like I said before, she shouldn't even have qualified to make it to where your home. Your home is supposed to be something like a myth to her. She ain't supposed to know what the inside of your home look like unless she see pictures of it. I'll be damned if you bring her in there. What type of kingdom are you running over there, boy? Because, see, I run both of my homes like a kingdom, literally. Don't shit get past the king without my say-so. You understand? I don't play about my threshold of my home where I lay my head, man, in security, because I'm going to have peace and security at my home by an iron fist and any means necessary. I don't look. When you leave outside of your home, okay, anything can happen to you. But I'll be damned if where you paid to reside and lay your head at, you not going to have peace and security. I'm not. Listen, it's not going to happen. All right? So now, what I see with this young man here, and I got to call him what he is, he has low self-esteem because, see, if your self-esteem and your self-worth is high enough, you would never deal with some chick like this. She tearing up stuff in your house, and your goofy simping behind her gave her the combination to your safe so she could steal money from you to the tune of $500,000. Man, look here. Boy. You gonna be going to meet Jesus if you try that with me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You gonna take you to the King. That's where you gonna be going now. Cause I mean, I'll be down. How she get the codes? I just can't get past that. To your safe? What else do she have on you? Cause see, now that she's been embarrassed and proven to be a liar, she's not done with him yet. You understand me? I don't think he realizes how serious this is about to get. And if y'all think I'm exaggerating, just wait till he get deeper into explaining her situation. We're going to come back to why he's not in the clear yet. Let's get back to it.
All right. Now, this is another message. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then this is, so I told her, I said, yo, you should get tested. Because we're talking in between all this and like on the phone and shit too. I tell her, yo, you should go get tested. Because okay, granted, you didn't mean to whatever, but you had sex with 2 dudes unprotected. You should probably go get tested. Bro, if I did some weird shit, nigga, I'm not telling no girl to go get, come on, dog. Come on, let's do the math. All right, anyway, let me see. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me just download it again. And then go like this. And right here. There we go. Okay. So y'all read this message, right? Okay. Then it happens and it says, okay. She says, I'm hurt really bad. It's unlike me to do this. This is what she's saying. It's unlike me to do this. And I don't even know the other guy's name. I was just laying there.
And there you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen, to let you know that performance that I played you, the video at the beginning of the broadcast, that lets you know right there that the whole reason she's doing this is because she was embarrassed that this went public. And young black men, you better study that. You better play that first portion of this broadcast back where that video of her talking up there, looking how sincere she is. Because I got to say something, ladies. The reason why I gave you the admonishments that I did, sisters, is because it's helpers like that make it hard for you to be believed if something happens to you. This is why I am not and never will be a proponent of believe all women. I cannot do that because there's too many that do that type of thing. They lie about it. There's no consequence. And then they just get to waltz back into society, unfortunately, amongst other women. Sisters, you can take it or leave it, but I'm going to tell you something. If it's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that a woman makes this kind of crap up, and y'all should cut her off. She should be a pariah. But see, unfortunately, too many women today, everybody go hard in the paint on the men, but boy, when it comes to getting on these all-cold helpers like the Carly Russells and the rest of them that put y'all in a bad situation, everybody want to soft you on that. I'm warning you now. You better reconsider that. This ain't it. And see, before any woman listen to this live or recorded, oh, why you say that? You going in on the women. Let me tell you something. If you have a son that you value, if you have a father, uncle, a nephew, male cousins, if you think what I said is harsh, just wait till some helpful lies on one of your male relatives. Let that sink in. Y'all better start cutting this shit off and shutting it down. Get back to it.
Anyway, like at this point, I ain't gonna lie, and this is where I say I feel certain type of wrong for because I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her like, yo, you know me for 2 years and you yo, I'm mad at her. I'm not really looking at it like, oh, maybe I'm thinking she's also playing games. I'm like, what you mean you don't remember doing it? Niggas on camera. What you mean you don't remember? Anyway, so I say you call, I guess she called. She says, I'm considering going in for a rape testing kit for us to figure this out because it's bits and pieces I remember and I'm still not okay. Right? This is what I say to her. This is what I literally say. I said, this is what I say to her. I mean, I mean, not sure what you want me to say. That's why I asked you while you were here if everything you did while I was sleeping, you were okay with doing. Remember I told you, I said, before I got to confront, I said, yo.
See, let me stop this babbling buffoon. Because I'm all about solutions over here and protecting my people, young black men and women alike, but we focusing on protecting young black men here. Because let me tell you something, right? Should you ever find yourself in a situation like this, and hopefully you will have your surveillance in place and messages that are needed, know who you're supposed to call instead of going back and forth with this helper? Let me test you before I tell you. Fellas, who's the first person you're supposed to have a conversation with in a situation like this before I tell you? Who's the first person? I want to see if anybody in the chat room is going to get this right before I tell you. Instead of talking to this helper that's about to cost you everything, there you go. CRU reality, the first one to hit it. You damn right. If this ever happens to you, the first person that you call is your attorney. Do you hear me? The first person that you call is your attorney. And you let him know everything. Like, listen, I need you over here right now. I'm sending you what I have. We need to meet. We got to get on top of this right now, because I'm telling you now, man, when you make it to that level of success, you can't play with these dizzy helpers like this. He shouldn't be in this situation in the first place. But I'm telling you, if you ever find yourself, unfortunately, heaven forbid, in a situation where you're dealing with some off the wall chick like this, the first person you get on the phone with is your attorney. And see, this is why you got to get your paper right so that you can have access to an attorney. And see, this is why you can't be running around out here willfully being a homosexual and a little dusty slewfoot Negro. Because see, paper is not going to insulate you from everything, but it's better to have the ability to defend yourself and fight back than just be sitting here at the mercy of somebody trying to slander you and ruin you. You understand? So the first person that you contact is your attorney. All this right here, because he's literally being honest about him sitting there babbling back and forth, pay attention to his energy, all over the place, just babbling. I'm like, you silly son of a boy. No, I'd be like, hey man, if I would have been with him and he was my partner or a relative, I'd be like, fool, get that attorney on the phone right now. Are you out of your damn mind? You got to get ahead of this. You understand? So that's what you do, fellas. But hey, we're going to get back to it. Like I said, I'm going to break down all these mistakes tonight.
Everything you did last night, you were cool with doing, right? And she was like, yeah, I had fun. And then when I said, yo, you know you fucked my two niggas, she was like, what? No, I didn't. Anyway, she said, well, I was sleeping. You were okay with doing it. You said, yeah. So I don't know. Remember, I'm telling her, that's why I asked you when you were here, if everything you did while I was sleeping, you were okay with, and you said, yeah. So I don't.
Now, you heard him say that all of this happened while he was sleeping. This brings it back to the so-called homeboys, them damn snakes, academics that you had in your house. This is a girl you supposed to been dealing with, and he's going to say it himself. They were dealing with each other off and on for 2 years or whatever the case may be. Brother, if that's supposed to be food for the king, what they doing touching something on your plate? I don't give a damn whether you're awake or not. And see, this goes back to what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. What them dusty homosexual bastards doing laying up at your crib? Don't you got somewhere to go? See, he's going to explain how all this came about, but I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If this situation occurred where they brought you home because you was too drunk, because he going to tell that story. They brought you home because you were too drunk to, drive yourself, which was the smart thing to do, have a designated driver. And it's you and this chick over there. Okay, bro, after they get you in, they supposed to take off. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to go somewhere. They're like, okay, what you doing camping out for it? He said that he was upstairs sleeping. And they just going to kick it at your house like that? See, you out of order. If that's anybody except for your family that you trust, not some niggas that you grew up with, some family, okay? And then you got to watch some of them. But you just going to let them have carte blanche to kick it at your house. See, let me go ahead and tell you why I'm this passionate about this, because I don't want young black men to be in this situation, because some of you listening to me, you probably doing very well for yourselves. I got to get a game on this. What if this situation was where all three of them planned to do him some harm? Oh, I'm going there with it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Damn it. Yes, I am. The heifer got the combination to your safes to steal money from you. This means she has the passcodes to shut down your security system. What happens if they plan to do more than just rob you, huh? What if your so-called homeboys, because look, if they snake enough to go and smash a chick that you supposed to be dealing with, what else are they plotting to do? Academics, I'm telling you, boy, you better cut them off if you hadn't already. Let them continue.
No. Then here's what she says. I was passed out for most of it, but I'd wake up now and... Okay, let me find the rest of that. Let me see. Oh, where the fuck is it? Hold on. Let's see. Where the fuck is it? Hold on. I'm gonna have to screenshot that part again. My bad, chat. Okay, I'm screenshotting again. I'm gonna crop the name. Okay, I'm gonna crop the name. Let me. Oh, I'm gonna airdrop it to this shit. Man, trust me, if there was any even hint of me doing some weird shit, nigga, this would have been clipped, nigga. Nigga, I would have been paying people off, all type of shit, nigga. Like, the fuck? Let me see. Let me go to my email. Got it. Is it this? I think so. Okay. Okay, bet. So I just sent myself the new screenshot that got the rest of this message clipped off. Here we go. Bingo. Download here. Let me put it over here. All right, cool. Here we go. I was passed out for most of it, but I'd wake up now and then. Also, I was in shock. I got most of the information from you. Remember, I'm watching this shit like, yo, bro, you know what, like, I'm watching on the camera from you. Before then, I never met the other guy. So he just took the opportunity, I guess. All right. I said, that's why I told you I don't judge. So when I was telling her, like, yo, you know, you did this, I said, bro, it's all good, bro. I don't judge, bro. It's all good. Like, I'm used to girls and, like, you know, this, like, whatever, like, these chicks or whatever. It's fine. Like, I'm not mad at you, no type of shit. I said, that's why I told you I don't judge. Trying to make sure you made.
Now, let me deal with that, because y'all already know where I'm finna go with that whole phrase right there. You know, that's one of my pet peeves, and that pisses me off when I hear grown people say it, especially men. I don't like it when women use it. That's something I correct right away. That I don't judge bullshit. Let me tell you something. Civilized, functioning adults make judgments every day that we open our eyes. You make a judgment about what you choose to put on, why you don't just go out your house in the clothes that you were sleeping in. Well, most of us don't. Okay, you got some people that do. You make judgments about the type of food you're going to eat, all right? You make judgments about how you conduct yourself when you're moving about in the world. Judgments are not a detrimental thing. Judgments are a protection for people that have any type of common sense about them. No man should be using that phrase, I don't judge, okay, because this is why you're in such trouble now, academics. Because I'm saying you still ain't out the blue yet, even though you skated through this, you're still not out the blue yet. And the other phrase you ain't got no business using, especially as no damn man, my truth, your truth. No, there is only the truth, okay? So you hear this fool sitting up here, right? He don't understand that in order for them two Negroes, them snakes that you got over your house, and her to even dare do that at your crib, none of them respect you. Do you know how dangerous that is to have people around you that don't respect you in your home? But see, he's not registering that. It's just like he's oblivious about it. I don't judge people all this. I'm like, boy, see, even if you get away from this situation, because she ain't through with him yet, she gonna come back. She ain't done. She gonna probably try to cash the deal. I mean, I can see it coming. But if you don't change the way you move and get some wisdom about yourself, the next one is gonna come after you because, man, everybody that's looking at this that you put out, they looking at you as like, okay, he's easy. If you can get close enough to him, you can get him. The next person won't be so sloppy. Academics, you better learn from this. Let's get back to it.
The choice to do whatever you wanted to do, right? This is what she says. She says, always with you, but not this time around. I guess she's saying, I'm always with you, like I'm making a choice, like with you. So literally, she's even saying, act with you. Anytime I'm with you, I'm making a choice. Always with you. With you, always I'm making a choice. With you. Remember, this is a girl I've dealt with for 2 years on and off type shit. I'm making a choice with you. Always. Yes, good. You, yes. But she said, I blacked out. Right? Remember, I told you, I'm sleeping. I get woken up because my homies is leaving. I go to the guest room. I wake her up. Right? That's when I wake her up during the night. So I hit my homies on the side. Now, I'm going to be honest. I hit my homies. I said, bro, she's like, I said, what happened last night? By the way, they ain't never tell me they had sex with her. So now I'm the one who got to kick it off by putting them in a group text. Yo, what happened last night? Because Shorty's acting like she wasn't with y'all doing whatever.
Now, for those that didn't pay attention, that's in the chat. He didn't share her. You heard what he just said. They didn't tell him what they did. In other words, they did this shit behind his back. She made the choice to go get a train ran on her. He didn't share her with them. I believe him when he said that. See, that's part some of y'all missed. No, it wasn't no sharing. Her little whorish ass decided to go there and screw this man's friends in his house because there was a pattern of that. See, before it got to that point, they had already been disrespecting him. They had to already have been disrespecting him for it to get to that point. So now you see, they got him in a situation where he could be prosecuted for something if he didn't have, proof to clear his name. And then they sitting there, man, they were just going to do that and not say nothing. See, that go to show you they don't have zero respect for this guy, not an ounce of respect. Okay. And he's sitting up here talking about his boys, his homies. I'm telling you, man, he ain't got nowhere to go but hard times, man, if he don't learn from this situation.
They tell me, bro, how is she saying that? She even convinced us to give her phone back. This is what my homie said on a different text. She convinced us to give her phone back, that she could call her friend, that her friend could come over to another girl. So that's what I'm telling her. I'm telling her what my homie said. They says you were trying to call and bring your friend to join it. By the way, keep in mind, if I'm not sleeping, why am I keep reiterating what another nigga is saying? I'm like a middleman, right? Look, then she says, no call was made. I assumed they'd leave at some point. It was mad awkward, and I mentioned I wanted to come with my friend to meet you, not to, and I guess it says have sex with your friends. Hold on. Let me get that text message. Not to, here we go. Okay, have sex with your friends. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Then here's the rest of that message, right? Cool. Look. She says not okay. She said not to have sex with your friends. He got mad. He got mad at me saying everything with Ak got to go through me first and a whole bunch of creepy stuff. Nigga, I'm sleeping, my nigga. Like, I get that somebody else, but I'm just talking about me, though. I'm talking about me right now, though. She's saying one of my peoples is saying that to her. I said, I don't know. This is what I'm texting her. I don't know. I'm getting two different stories. Bro, if I'm there, if I'm like present, if I'm kicking it, what y'all doing, I would be awesome two different stories. I'd be like, no, that's what happened. I'm getting two different stories, LOL. I said, I didn't ask them about anything about that night until today. after you text me. I literally tell her. I didn't ask my homies nothing about that night until right now when you text me, right? Then she says, I wish I could see the entire video, how I got upstairs after the pool, and when the other guy got naked on top of me. Everyone was gone when I got up. Okay. Then I think the last one is the last message. Okay. Here's the last message, I believe. Okay. Wait, is this the same one as that? Oh, okay, so I gotta put 60. Give me 1 second, John. Okay. All right. So the next message that follows that is this, right?
Now, see what this shows you, family. This boy don't run his house like a grown man, because every grown man in here that's in here in this broadcast, listen to this up to this point, fellas, would any of this bullshit float at your house? Because I already made it clear what went going on in mine. I'm asking the fellas, would any of this bullshit go on at your home or homes? Okay, because some of you may have multiple residences like I do. Would any of y'all go for this? Would you keep dealing with people that tried to pull some bullshit off like this at your place of residence where you lay your head? Would you? I'm just asking because, maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Maybe I'm a bit antiquated in my thinking. Okay, maybe I'm just old school like that. But see, for me, there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. And then according to the messages that she was reading him, the so-called homeboy, one of them, it was two, talking about anything that deal with act got to go through me first. So man, look, in order for it to get to this point, I'm going to say it again, this had to be a pattern of all of them disrespecting him. I can bet you, man, the people that he hang around, he sounds like one of these people that grew up and you didn't really have any friends, so you think you can buy people's respect and friendship. No, you can't buy that. Either people have respect for you or they don't. No amount of money is going to buy people's respect. That has to be earned. And if people don't have it for you, they're not going to develop it. He seems like the type of person, well, okay, you got this nice house, you got cars, you got money. So in order to feel like you're somebody, or maybe the dude just, want to have human interaction, because that's normal. All humans want to have human interaction. But you can't have the wrong folks around you. You be better off by yourself than having the wrong people around you. I'm just going to go ahead and say it just like that. Keep people around you, academics, that's got something to lose, man. And like I said, I'm no DJ Akademiks fan. I'm far from it. The tether has been very disrespectful to my people. So I'm examining this tonight from the standpoint of teaching other young black men what you don't do in these situations. See, the respect that people give you, it starts with how you carry yourself. Let me give my young black men a good rule of thumb on how to make sure you properly respect it. A lot of people, once they first meet me, you might think that I'm somewhat abrasive or cold because I don't kiki and caca with people that I don't know like that. I don't let people that I don't know like that play and horseplay and play games like that with me. No, because I don't know you like that, okay? In order for you to graduate to that point of social status with me or social interaction with me, rather, you have to earn it. I have to see that you're the type of person, okay, that I can deal with on a respect to respect level. Because, see, when you're the type of person where you let people treat you like a child, you get this. So-called homeboys dealing with a chick you supposed to be involved with in your house. They was all going to get away with this and not going to tell you nothing if this incident wouldn't occurred. You see what I'm saying? Carry yourself like you want to be respected the right way. You teach people how to treat you, young black men. Let's get back to it.
She says, okay. Nah, everyone was gone when I got up. That's the last thing she said. And then what happens after that is everyone's going, I got up. Sorry, chat. Like I'd screenshot these and sent it to myself. Oh, yeah. Everyone was going when I got up. Okay, so she said, I wish I could see the entire video. So now she's asking, she wants to see the video, right? By the way, this is the video that the police already got. Like, the police got this shit in 4K. Like, this is if everything we're talking, like, it's in 4K, my nigga. Oh. Why am I downloading the wrong part then? I'm having computer problems now. Here. Okay. All right. So cool. She says, I wish I could see the entire video. Oh, I didn't have the right thing on. My bad. I'm stupid as fuck. Oh, I said, I have no idea. I haven't watched any of it. So I'm telling her, like, bro, I haven't watched the full video of y'all doing everything, bro. It's like, I don't know how long they were going for, bro. Like, I just wasn't going to be there. Hey, let me just eat my popcorn and watch my friends fuck the shit out of this girl that I was talking to. Like, bro, no. So it's like, I have no idea. I haven't watched any of it other than when you were denying it happened. I said, I'd rather not, LOL. I'd rather not watch the video. That's what I'm trying to tell her. Like, I'd rather not watch this type of video. She says, we don't have a choice because they're going to ask me all that and I don't remember that part. That's what she's saying. Then I said, who is they? She says, I just mean the doctors. Then she says, I don't know how this works, if a statement has to be taken or what. I don't want any of this to happen to any other person like that. And this is what I said. I said, I'd rather be kept out of stuff like this. Def don't want to be the middle person because everybody got their sides. I talked to my homies. They said, bro, nigga, she was mad awake. She was making us take shots. Yo, she was lit as fuck. Like, she did blah, blah, blah. That's their story. I talked to her. She's like, oh, I don't remember none of this. And I'm like, okay, I'm like in a weird position. Then she says the last thing that got my fucking house raided. That's what I keep telling you. Don't invite nobody to your crib. This is why my house got raided. That's true, but it happened. See? So she's admitted it. I'm the middle person. Then she says, it's true, but it happened at your house. I don't have to lie about anything or make up story. Happened at your house. I think is that the last one? Oh, yeah, well, this part really here. But yeah, so if that wasn't the one that got my shit rated, it was definitely this part right here. Look at me. So I said, oh, she says, that's true, but it happened at your house. I don't have to lie about anything or make up stories. I said, yeah, but I got no parts. This is what I'm saying. I got no parts to do with what you guys did. I got no parts to do it. Then she says to me, I guess you won't be helping me figure this out. Then she says, that's okay. I know I'll need help because this is too much for just me. I said, of course if I can help, I will. But I was sleeping for the whole thing, LOL. I don't know what y'all interactions were. And she says, let's see what the advice. This is, bro, this is the last conversation I have with her then until she calls asking for the number of one of the other guys. And then 2 hours later, the police is trying to get the DVR. I guess she went to the cops. It's fine. But my nigga, like this, if you read the messages and you're like, yo, oh no, she's basically saying you did some shit to her. Nigga, and where did she say I did some shit to her? Nigga, to keep it real, and this is why I'm so upset, like not at her, I'm just upset about the situation. Because if I had saw her on video doing whatever and I never mentioned it, this would never be a thing. That was me. And I guess I got a big mouth, but I really just thought I'm being a good host. Hey, everything was cool last night. Everything y'all did, y'all was cool, right? It was straight? Yeah, everything was straight. All right. So, you know, y'all like make like a whole fucking fuck tape on my shit. Like, y'all everything's, what? Anyway, bro. Bro, come on, dog. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's right here, nigga. It's right here. Like, there's many opportunities. Nigga, you don't even start a conversation by saying, I'm sorry. Terribly. Bro, you know why she's apologizing to me? Bro, I start clamming up, pause. Like, remember she wanted even a hug? Like, nigga, I'm giving her one of these. Like, bro, like, I'm not about to, like, hug. Because this is a girl, like, you know them chicks who, like, you really locked in with. Like, I would kiss her from time to time. I ain't gonna lie. All right, now I'm kind of distant. All right, gang. All right, let's see what's up. So when she's leaving, she could tell there's an energy switch with me. I remember like, yo, she even told me, she's like, damn, you don't even hug me the same. Like, oh, damn, you usually get me breakfast. I'm like, no, my mom's coming. Like, it's all good. That's why she's hit me with a tone. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry. I said, I don't know what you want me to say. I ain't mean for all that to happen. I know you can never look at me the same. Bro, if this was, oh, nigga, you did something. You know what that text would have been? Nigga, you did this to me, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah. And he's absolutely right. Because, see, you remember the video that I played you at the earlier portion of the broadcast? These text messages that he have here, she would have been going off at him about what happened, okay? None of what he showed so far, and I believe him, because he's too stupid to concoct a lie. He really is. I just got to say it for what it is. He's showing you what he has. She ain't going off on him at all. She's still talking about the other two guys. But see, in the video, she claimed, oh, you know what you did too? All of a sudden, because she trying to save face because you sat here and let them guys run the train on your dumb ass. Came out and exposed yourself because he didn't say your name, didn't put your face out there. Nobody would have known who you were. The only people that would have known about the shit would have been you, them two dudes that you let run up in you in his house, and Akademiks. And see, the other thing that gets me about this is like you hear him speaking about it even in the text messages using LOL. I'm like, boy, I can tell you not used to or accustomed to getting respect from people because you're making jokes about a situation that's not funny. That could have been your whole life ruined, man. And then you got 3 snakes in your damn home. Like I said, this could have been much worse. It's easy. Look, think about it again. He said that they was hanging out somewhere. He got drunk, so he let these homeboys drive his vehicle back to his house and help him upstairs so he could go to sleep and sleep off being drunk. First of all, you should never be that damn drunk in public. But that's what happened. So now consider this. Like I said, if they had sinister motives, they could say, okay, he fucked up and drunk. Let's raid everything we're going to steal out of here. And, hey, go ahead and put 2 in the back of his head up there, you know? Turn his security surveillance off and hey, just go ahead and do him in. That's just how vulnerable you would be. And you see why it's not a good idea to be pissy drunk like that? My folks didn't raise no damn alcoholics, man. Like I said, man, you enjoy your alcohol, but don't let something control you and get you to the point where you're not coherent enough to be in your right frame of mind like that. That's very dangerous. Let's let him finish up here.
Anyway, I'm gonna just I just wanted to arm anybody who wants to seek knowledge and who wants to seek some information or factual basis about this situation. Yeah, there you go. You feel me? There you go. Chat. I remember doing this when I broke down the cost in that situation. Tell me what I could have done like different. Obviously, the people who I deal with, like, yeah, I get that. But in this text messages thing, yo, I'm sorry. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Like, I could, like, keep in mind, my mindset is that, damn, shorty, we used to kind of low-key talk, and, like, you know what I mean? So there's a little, I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. I don't know, bro. All right, man. I'm gonna just, yeah. Really, I only got on here just to put that up there, and I honestly, again, I kind of regret a little bit of mentioning the situation, but I just wasn't gonna let no other woman think they had something over me that they could ever abuse with me. So fuck it. I had to mention it. Probably was gonna happen one day, and then even with me mentioning it last night, bro, I'm telling you, this girl, like. Bro, that shit fucked her. I'm guessing it fucked her up. Bro, it fucked me up too. It fucked me up because, nigga, I happened to get brought through the ringer more than the people that was supposedly doing whatever with her. Because it wasn't their house. They didn't have no property. You know what I mean? It's my shit. So, okay, now I got to, and also that I'm the name. So, you know what I mean? I did not try to bring her name up. I'm not trying to talk bad on her. I'm not trying to talk ill of her. I don't want to be beefing with her. That's not my goal, and I don't know what type of goals she might have going on. I get it. She might be on some, let me not even say that, but
Oh, you know what it is. It's Silver Suit time. She's going to come back. She's going to come back. Yeah. So you better look. This was my cousin or a friend. My advice to him would be this. You need to sit down with your attorneys and discuss all the possible things that she could be getting ready to do, and you need to prepare a defense in advance. With your attorneys, you have to get out in front of these things. Don't wait till they happen. And as his friend, if I was his friend, I would tell him this. I would like, listen, what you need to do, since you seem to have such a problem choosing quality women to be around you that actually have something going on for themselves, because that speaks volumes. See, you can be a multi-millionaire and still be game goofy. This is proof of it. Think about it. You successful. You got money. Why come you don't ever see him with the caliber of woman that's about some business herself? Because he can't pull them. They're not interested in him. Clearly, because if he was able to do that, that's what he would be dealing with instead of these damn reckless ass drunk turbo thighs, okay? That'll sit up there and screw both of your homeboys in your house. I would tell him you need to sit down for at least a year. You don't need to deal with no women. You need to reevaluate your life, readjust, get things together, focus on your business, your craft, get your fat ass in shape for one, two. It don't make no sense to be running around like some kind of little gummy bear. Y'all know how I am about that bullshit. That don't make no sense. That boy too young to be sitting up there with a head looking like a little oddly shaped jelly bean. Get yourself in shape. Improve and expand your knowledge on the laws when it comes to things like this so that you will be well aware not to put yourself in certain situations. Okay? And you better make sure that you're expanding your knowledge on how to navigate and deal with different types of personalities. Learn to be a better judge of character. One of your best friends, DJ Akademiks, if you don't have this, you need to be having a conversation with someone that analyzes personalities for a living. You need to be talking to a psychologist, okay? Or somebody that can help you understand the nature of things. If you don't have the latest copy of the DSM-5, you need to have that on your shelf and start going through that and looking at the different types of personalities that you will encounter. See, if the things that I'm talking about, these are things that I do, okay? To make sure that before a snake has any chance of getting anywhere close to me, I shut that shit down. I will never, at least as far as it depends upon me, be in no goofy ass situation like this. Because see, once you lose everything as a black man, that's it. It's over. I'm not wishing it on him, but you better believe that it's over for Jonathan Majors. Ain't no coming back. Oh, his career will never go back to the way it was. That's just not going to happen. Because they're going to keep coming at him with the silver suits until they drain his pockets, and he possibly going to have to sit down for a year. We don't know until the sentencing comes. My point is this, brothers, be wise in all your dealings. Do not get yourselves in situations like this. Exercise discipline, wisdom. If you're lacking on certain things, you need to find older, sound men who live lives that you can see that are in order and go get gained up from them. Okay? Don't just be out here reckless like this, because this boy right here, I'm telling you, y'all ain't heard the end of this. She is not going to let this go. She going to come back.
You know what type of time people are thinking it is these days. All I'm going to say, these messages right here, and if she says, like, these messages police saw. All right? All right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that, and I'm finna get back off of here, bro. I only wanted to show y'all that shit. You get what I mean? Yes, somebody said she's trying. I'm hoping. I don't think it's a game clout type of thing, because I think she would have been like said something before. What I think it is that she's hearing the story with everybody else, and I don't know if somebody like identified it was her, but she's looking at it like, oh, y'all think I'm like some thought nigga? I ain't like this is what she did. She trying to get on some war words. Nigga, I ain't never say you a thought nigga. Like nigga, I said me and you were on and off. Like you was my girl, never. But it's like we used to like deal with each other on a one-on-one basis. That's it. One-on-one basis. Facts. Right? This shit happened. Shit never been like, I ain't see you since. You ain't see me since. Yeah, it is what it is. You feel me? All right. All right. All right. Anyway. All right. I'm out of here, chat. I will see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, I hate when I have to post stuff like that because it feels like the other party's gonna feel like it's a back and forth or like I'm not really trying to do all that. All right, chat. Love y'all. Talk to you tomorrow.
And there you have it, family. I did this broadcast tonight because I wanted to underscore going into 2024 the importance of young black men being proper and sound judges of character, being very careful about who you choose to deal with, and making sure that the company that you keep are people that are either progressing in the same elevation in life as you are, people that have things to lose, and make sure that people that do not have the same type of mindset or on the same trajectory in life, you're going to have to grow up and make some serious decisions and choices, okay? And that means that some of these people, the people that and y'all know who they are, everybody's got those people that you are acquainted with that, hey, Buzz, that are grown and of age. Everybody in the chat room knows somebody that's at the same place that they was when y'all was in high school. For those of you that are just getting out of high school or you're in college, look at the people that are stagnant in life, the people that are never trying to progress in any type of positive thing. When you say, hey, man, y'all ever thought about starting a business? Oh, man, ain't nobody trying to start no business, man. Or if you always trying to progress and people are putting down your accomplishments when you're trying to better yourself as a young black man or a young black woman, you got to leave them people where they are. There's nothing you can do for them. There's nothing you can do. And if you think that's cruel, let me leave you with this. If a person sees you elevating yourself and trying to be the best that you can be, that's supposed to inspire them to catch up or try to get game from you to see what they need to do to improve themselves. And if they're not doing that, hey, you can't drag them kicking and screaming somewhere that they don't want to be, okay? Remember, you are the authors of your own fate as far as your decision making, and that's going to lead you either to success or it's going to lead you to failure. You understand? So I hope that all of you take that wisdom with you in this new year, 2024. I'm so glad and happy that you all made it into this 2024 here healthy and happy. I want you to continue to remain that way and continue growing in empowerment and wisdom. Apply it. Make like-minded connections that will be on the same wavelength as you, because you're going to need each other, family. We're going to need each other. We have a lot of work to do coming ahead here with a great number of things, and we cannot afford to be taking ourselves out of the fight before we even get a chance to get started. So with that said, salute to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. Thank you for everybody that showed up over here tonight. And I want you to take these words to heart, play this broadcast back, study it with people. Make sure you training your young black sons to be first and foremost good decision makers, good judges of character, and to always think in terms of empowerment and not in terms of things that are going to subtract from that. So with that said, salute to everybody, Black first, and I will see you all in future content. Welcome to 2024. Make it a banner year for yourselves.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, black, American culture. Like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
Look at all the boroughs. You got, you know, money making Manhattan and money earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
What would you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican fleur as a rhyme. I'd never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, DX from the West Side. I am the first breakdancer.
That narrative that hip-hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip-hop. Hip-hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip-hop.
The roots of hip-hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
Well, I know for a fact that the B-boy stand started from the guards, the 5%ers that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.
So when we talk about hip hop and what it is, it's an extension of the music and the instrumentation that our forefathers created.
Check out the live stream premiere of the documentary short, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, The Black American Family Tree, and Q&A, a fundraiser to create a series detailing music's evolution. Go to dewanb.com for streaming passes and crowdfunding.